Hi there, I'm Manfred from Off-Grid Tiny Consulting. We are a network of experts around solar installations for tiny houses. In this short video, I would like to explain how to conduct an energy audit. This is the first and most important step whenever you embark on a journey or on a project of building a solar installation for your tiny house. Basically, what it does is you find out all your different consumers, the power rating, you estimate how many hours a day you're going to use this device, and then you sum it all up and you get a basic idea of your energy consumption per day. And this is a very important number because this is the metric that you will use to design the rest of your solar system, which means the solar panels, the batteries, the inverters, and all the rest of it. So let's get started. So in order to help you go through this energy audit, we prepared a little tool. It's basically a Google spreadsheet. We provide the link in the description below, which you can use to simply copy the spreadsheet and then go through the same exercise. So you can read through all this, but it's really just basically straightforward. The process is straightforward, but the activity is actually quite critical and important. So I really recommend to take some time to go through this carefully, because the number that you get at the end of this process is really important, because the whole solar system that you're going to design is based on that number. So you better get that number right. So there are 3 steps involved. You would first, I have them listed here. You would first go through all of your consumers that you plan to have in your tiny house. Then you write down the power rating for each of that consumer. And then in step 3, you estimate how many hours per day you will use this consumer. The calculator that is included in this spreadsheet will basically then produce 2 numbers. One is your daily power need. And the second one, which is even more important, this is actually the most important number, is your daily energy need. So let's go through this practically. I have already listed a couple of examples here. So we have a water pump, a fridge, we have some lights, we probably want to charge a laptop. And also what's also very important, do not forget the inverter. So if you plan to build a solar system into your tiny house, you will most likely have an inverter, and the inverter also has an idle consumption. And then you list whatever other consumers you think you may have in your tiny house. So let me make an example. I'd like to have an Amazon Alexa as well in my tiny house. So be really mindful, take this seriously, and make sure you list all the consumers, because it's essential to capture all of them, because your solar system needs to supply all the energy you need in order to operate those consumers. Then next, in the column C, you add the power rating. So you typically find the power rating directly on the device. So for example, if you look at the fridge, there will be a power rating somewhere. Other things, like for example, the Amazon Alexa, you will find the power rating maybe also on the device, or at least you will find it by doing some internet research. I did this before, and the Alexa uses 4 watts. Okay, so you add all this information, you add all the watts according to the power rating. That was the second step. And then now the third step is in column D here. You add what you think, how much time, how many hours a day you're going to use this device. Again, you need to be a little bit creative, but make sure that you don't over or underestimate these values too much. So try to be realistic. So for the fridge, I put here 7 hours, for example. The lights would be 6 hours. Charging the laptop would be 8 hours. Maybe if I work a lot and I keep it charged. The Amazon Alexa in that case would be 24 hours. It's always on, and the 4 hours is basically The 4 watt is basically the idle consumption. Okay, and then as you can see, the spreadsheet calculates automatically the watt hours, which is simply a multiplication of the power in watts times the usage of the day in hours, and then it spits out the energy requirement, which is in watt hours. So this is basically, you go through that table, you go through that list, and then at the end of the day, you get 2 important numbers: the total daily power need, which is in watt, in this case 649 watts, and the more important one, even more important one, is the daily energy need. In that case, that's 2,892 watt hours. And that's it. So I again recommend to spend some time on doing this thoroughly. This is the first step you need to complete, and then you go over to the next steps, which are involved in designing your solar system. If you haven't seen, on off-grid-tinyconsulting.com, on our website, we offer a guide. So the solar power essentials for tiny houses. It's a very comprehensive guide that goes into a lot of details in terms of what's important for building a solar system for tiny houses. And if we go a little further down in that guide, I think here it is. On page 14, there is a whole section or whole chapter on understanding your energy needs. And there we go, basically, what I just did now in this short video, we go into a lot more details about how to conduct an energy need, and then size your batteries, size inverters, size your solar panels, and all the rest of it. Okay, short and sweet. This is basically the process you should go through when estimating your energy need on a daily basis. Like I said, this is a very important first step, but you should do this really thoroughly. It's very easy to do, but important, so I recommend to spend some time on it. If that's interesting for you, feel free to check out the guide on our website, or for any other questions, feel free to contact us on info@offgrid-tinyconsulting.com. I leave all the links also in the description below. Thanks for watching.